The Ballad of Flamebringer, Part 4. Copyright 2001, J. H. Reese. Audio version copyright 2008, J. H. Reese. She looked at castle near, shed a steaming hot tear. There had to be a better way. Prince was not well, and was rushing to hell. Prince she did not want to slay. Ideas churned in her head. Her eyes began to glow red. What was needed was a spell, the humans to dragons bind, and make them all one kind. She needed the witch's powers of hell. Prince rounded up the cattle to trap dragons in a final battle. The ground would be bloody red. As though his plans were not leaked, he forgot the one who squeaked. With the plans she quickly fled. It was a difficult swim. She barely made it to the outer rim. Sogging wet to wormies crawled. The plans out she gasped. Together her paws clasped. "And end my life," she bawled. One final task they did ask. "Set us free." Rats struggled with the lock. Finally made it uncock, using tail as key. Wormies had a promise to keep. 'Twas hard for them not to weep. None knew of the demon's spell. Flames of dragons 35 would make witchwyrm come alive. 'Twas a secret kept well. The rat's blood began to boil. Glowing red was the soil. All concerned stepped back. The rat's eyes began to glow. She began to grow. Was reborn with thunderous crack. Of her humanity she was shorn, was a baby dragon reborn. 'Twas no time to play around. They had to get to the beach, escape the prince's reach, flee to safer ground. Return of wormies was very charming. Lack of food was alarming. Distant cattle looked so yummy. All dragon stomachs began to grumble. Dragon instincts are not very humble. What was the harm to fill the tummy? Dragons began to drift. There was a leadership rift. Flamebringer witchwyrm's shoulders grasped. Time was running short. They had to transform Prince's court. In surprise, witchwyrm gasped. This was a mighty spell. She did not know it well. Kingdom would undergo major change. She asked for a cauldron and a touch of onion, marked out her range. She started the spell. Hot kettle smell was thrown off balance. The witchwyrm shuddered, then she stuttered. To the food she did glance. "I need something to eat." The spell to complete, the witchwyrm grumbled. The kettle moved closer. Her nostrils flared wider. Her stomach rumbled. She could not be blamed. Her hunger it flamed. She was a new dragon. While Flamebringer wept, off the witchwyrm leapt. She left her cauldron. Her parents in did glide. Saw Flamebringer crying on her side. The witchwyrm lay nearby. Her meal was a bowl. Her stomach was full. She gave a happy sigh. Mother spat where daughter sat. "You're feeling well while battles rage, my precious sage. Did you complete the spell?" The witchwyrm opened her eyes, uttered a cry of surprise. At the sight of mother, the witchwyrm backed up to the big cup. Beside the kettle was father. As though she was glad, he was sad, and did say, "Witchwyrm, my dear, I'm glad you're here, but we have foes to stay." They banded together, were birds of a feather, and touched their paws. They were full of metal, had no need for the kettle, and opened their jaws. All dragons began to moan, then they began to groan. 'Twas too strong a spell for a witchwyrm to control. It nearly drained her soul, but the result she could not quell. All dragons had indigestion, inside was much combustion. They all opened their jaws, Flamebringer cleared her eyes, saw living flame erupt from maws. When the power showed, it really flowed. Flames leapt to ground with a crackle, searched for humans with no care. None of them did it spare, even went for ones in shackle. Babies changed into worms, fathers often became lindorms, mothers became fire drakes, soldiers became wyverns. Ships stank by the sterns, sea serpent crews preferred lakes. Prince began crying, there was no use in trying. All his generals were in heat, soon of his past he had no clue. To the mountains he flew. The newborn drake sought a new seat. No humans did escape, though there were many a scrape. As things settled down, many a new wyvern preferred a cavern, soon left the town. Flamebringer beside her drake lay, knew tomorrow was a new day. Wing on worm gently rested, as sun sank in horizon. Every one was a dragon, Prince's evil had been bested.